Yes. It is indeed, my heart is filled with joy. When I see people with smiling faces, singing harmony and then singing praises to God, indeed, I can say home sweet home. I miss you all. God bless you all. Good. Yeah, today I'm going to discuss something with you. It's going to be particularly a discussion. It's not going to be a sermon like you listen to me and you go away. No, it's going to be give and take. So I have one question. Yes, I was walking to church. I met a gentleman and I asked him, "How are you feeling?" He said, "It's very cool, like a woman giving birth." I did not understand this. And when I was coming home from work, I met a gentleman again. I said, "Let me try and test this gentleman to see whether he's also going to say the same thing." I said, "How are you doing?" And he said, "It's just cool as a woman giving birth. I want to find out from mothers, is it true that it's so cool and the easiest work in the world is a woman giving birth? Are you sure? Then let us see." And based upon this, then I decided to sit down and then look at the Genesis chapter 21, verse 6 and 7, and also look at John chapter 16, verse 21, to see if what these two gentlemen said is true. And I want to find out, is it so true? Maybe at the end of this sermon, they will know whether it is true or not. Basically, I'm going to look at my sermon titled "In the Journey." I'm going to look at in the journey based on what was said in Genesis, a woman giving birth. People of God, life is a journey. It is not a destiny. And no one can escape life as a journey. And based on this, I'm going to look at journey in two different ways. Journey could be an individual issue. It could be a group issue. When it's an individual, then we will look at you and your God. Good. If you look at this picture, yes, you can see an individual facing the reality in life. If you look at the road of this journey, the man, you can say a whole lot about this man. The man might be confused at a point. The man wouldn't know, because he's reached a point, he wouldn't know whether to take the left or to take the right. So now, you can see journey is not an easy task at all. And it's supposed to be either an individual or a group journey. But here we will limit everything to an individual journey. When you face the reality and you wouldn't know what to do, sometimes you'll be tempest-tossed and you think all is lost and you wouldn't know what to do. That is exactly what we really face in our journey of life. Sometimes when you approach this reality, that is where you need the presence of God. And your soul will be in a position like a deer who is panting for water, because you only need God. Because at this point, you wouldn't know where to go, whether to take the right or left. My brother, my sister, a journey may not be easy. Sometimes it may be a rocky. Sometimes you may walk in a muddy. And sometimes it could be a combination of the two. The journey at the same time, it may be a rocky and muddy at the same time. How do you go? These are some of the things that you face in life. So based on this, we are going to look at what Sarah said. And in the end of the journey, when you're able to cross all the obstacles and you get to the other end, that is where you can see you have broke through the point, and then you are now going to enjoy. So if you look at the second one, it said, when a woman is giving birth and the woman sees the baby, then he will laugh and then feel joy in the heart, because after all this, I had a baby. Sarah also said, God has brought me a laughter, and whoever will hear this will also laugh with me. So when you look at this passage, God has brought me a laughter, and who will hear this will also laugh with me. There are so many things that have been compressed in this. Journey has a long way to go. And journey, after you got to the other end, that is where you also laugh. Journey can be related to all that we are facing in life. Christian life is really an individual journey. Like Lord said, at the end, each and every one is going to be judged based on what he did on the earth. So we have a long journey to go. In a journey, there are pains, but these pains may not be permanent. It may be temporal for you, depending on where you've gotten to. Let me see the second picture. Let me see the second image. So you see, this journey, at a point, there are certain seasons. We have a waiting period in the journey. We have a bounce back period in the journey before you reach the breakthrough. So journey, you cannot, it's not just easy. You have to go through so many things. In the journey, you need to build a very strong faith and hope. If you have hope and a very strong faith, that is where you actually break through. And then you get to the end, and then you can laugh. Sarah, if you look at the passage, the Bible passage, Sarah was 90 years, and Abraham was 100 years before she gave birth to Isaac. You bear with me. When somebody is 90 years, it's very difficult for that person to actually give birth. Sorry. You can see that. Hello? You can see that the physiological structures within that woman will not support so many things. And it is not easy what the woman will go through. No medical or biological or natural possibilities. Yet, when the time comes, when the God's appointed time comes, surely there is going to be a breakthrough. Unlike what we are facing in reality, we can face so many things. An issue, there may be an issue in marriage, there may be an issue in parenting, there might be an issue in health, and what you can think of. All these, there are pains that are associated with it. You can see when a woman is giving birth, if you cast back to what the two gentlemen said, it is so easy, like a woman giving birth. At a point, we need to prove and see that it is not easy at all. There is a waiting period when the woman will go through so many things. Looking at the anxiety. I was discussing yesterday with my brother Kweku. What's the difference between anxiety and emotions? The anxiety is the dangerous one. It can kill. It kills even more than any other thing. Somebody stabbing you, you have a time. But the anxiety, that one, it takes you a longer period and you need to travel with it. You sleep, you will not be able to sleep because of an issue that you have confronted. When a woman is pregnant, a woman goes through others. Sometimes fear. When there is something going on in the stomach, the woman thinks that, hey, am I going to survive? Sometimes the woman will also be thinking about so many things. Is it possible that I'm going to deliver safely or not? So when the two gentlemen said it's so easy, then I said no, because I'm the only son to my mother at a point, and I know how it feels. So mothers, we salute you all, and we respect you so much. And sometimes a pregnant woman will go through worries, frustrations, sometimes emotional issues, and feeling of out of control. Sometimes there's some time that the woman will not able to even contain or whatever the problem is, thinking about so many things. So it is not easy, and these are psychological issues that the woman, realities the woman face when a woman is pregnant. So Sarah, at the age of 90, giving birth, it is not easy. Some of these physiological structures may not support giving birth, but through God, she was able to break through. My brother, my sister, I'm telling you, liken your situation with this. Whatever the issue you are confronting with, sometimes you may lose a property. Sometimes you may lose a loved one. Sometimes you may lose something that you cherish so much. But I'm telling you, God has a time for everything. Definitely, you break through. You may be going through so many stress. You may be going through so many things, but the time will come. Because, my brother, believe you, we are serving a living God. In the waiting, forces confront us. And sometimes you cannot control yourself. And sometimes when a woman is pregnant, a little thing, the woman will burst into what? Weeping. She'll be weeping. Tears and everything. So it is not easy to say that the most easier task in the world is a woman giving birth. No, I don't agree with that assertion. So I'm telling you, my brother, my sister, whatever you are confronting with, a time will come that you go through that hurdle. Let me also go back again and see some of the physiological structures that may not support when somebody is at 90, at the age of 90 giving birth. Looking at the fatigue, just like every woman. When a woman is pregnant, sometimes the woman is fatigued, sleepless nights, frequent pressure and discomfort, swelling and the pains. Sometimes you can see the leg and even the veins will be swelling. The woman has to go through all this. So unlike Sarah, who is 90 years, you can imagine this. Sometimes there's going to be a short of breath. And the woman will be thinking that I can no longer carry this pregnancy. Sometimes a lot of women say this. So if you are saying it is so easy for a woman to give birth, my brother, my sister, it is not so. So what the two gentlemen said, I don't totally agree with them. But I'm saying that as a believer, sometimes we are confronted with a problem. You may feel so weak. And sometimes you may also think that you can no longer continue with this. That is where you need to remember that you are serving a living God. A God who has done something before. A God that will have the faith. And I said you need to build a strong faith and then the hope. Once you have strong faith and the hope, definitely you'll reach the breakthrough point. So Sarah did not take it so easy to reach the break-even point or the breakthrough point. Again, when Sarah when she went through all this suffering, the anguish, sometimes you see the fear, both psychological and the physiological, problem that she go through. Then after giving birth, she forgot about everything. Is it true that when a woman gives birth, with all this push, and the rest, and after suffering for a long time, sometimes they need to do so many things. They say, no, we need to do something else. They will have to force you and then for you to give birth. And all these pains, after the woman has gone through all these pains, once the woman sees the baby, she begins to laugh. Maybe that was what the two gentlemen saw, and then they said, it is so easy. My brother, my sister, it is not easy. And Sarah said, God has brought me a laughter, and whoever hears this will also laugh with me. I want to tell you something about the journey. In the first stage, the waiting period, there are so many things there. Then when you are confronted with a problem, you go through. Sometimes God needs to hide you. Sometimes God needs to put you in hibernation so that nobody will hear you. If you talk, nobody will listen. Sometimes you cannot even talk whenever you are confronted with a problem. That you are in the waiting period. You may think that nothing works for you. Nothing seems to work for you. And you are in the silent mood. You are being stretched. And everything tends to be discouraging you. You feel that you've been forgotten by God. My brother, my sister, it is not so. But in the waiting period, God actually needs to hide you before she brings you out. But I'm telling you, when God wants to bring you out, then he brings you up and then position you in a place where everybody will see you. So whenever you are in that state, waiting period, or whenever God is hiding you, or whenever you've gone into that hibernation period, don't think that is the end. It is not a permanent stage. Definitely, things will change. Things will change, but God needs to hide you. That's why Sarah said, whoever will think, nobody thinks that Sarah can give birth, but at that point, Sarah was able to give birth to Abraham, because at the age of 90, nobody thinks it will be possible. But that is where God works most. And I'm telling you, whenever you are confronted with a problem, don't think that the waiting period at this point is a punishment. No. The waiting period is the preparation stage for God to prepare you well. He deepens your foundation at the waiting stage. Whenever you go through this kind of hardship, it is a foundation stage, and God is preparing you very well. He builds a certain structures because God wanted to bring you something that is bigger than what you have prayed for. Maybe at that point, you lose something that is very well for you. But I'm telling you, my brother, my sister, God is preparing something bigger than what you think. And when you pray and you see everything is silent, when you pray, you don't get a response. When you pray and you don't seem to have somebody to responding to whatever you are talking about, don't think that that is the end. I'm telling you, God is preparing you, or God is trying to give you all the structures, and God is trying to build a foundation that will help you to contain the bigger thing that He wants to bring to you. I'm telling you, when you are in the waiting period, there's a point that you see everything seems to be delaying. But this delay has a purpose. You need to understand that. The delay has a purpose. You think things are getting too slow for you, but I'm telling you, God is working under it. And everything will be okay for you. Let me give you a story. There is a story here. Somebody who has given his lifetime to Christ. And there was a point that two people were fighting, and he wanted to go and ensure that there is a peace among them. He went there, and the other one stabbed the other and left. So by then they were three, and the one who actually committed the crime has left, leaving the two. And the police came, and that man was arrested because he is the prime suspect. For 3 days, he spent in the cell without even taking a statement from the police. He was worried that 3 days have been spent. They've not even taken my statement. So the third day, the policeman who arrested him came and he released him. He said, "Go home." "Why should I go home? You did not take my statement. You said I should go home." He said, "Go home." So for all you know, this man decided to go. As soon as he reached the house, there were people surrounding there. People were crying. Not knowing that night, the very room that the man slept, there was a tree that fell there and the whole place had been collapsed. Especially where the man slept there, his bed was where was affected most. So everybody thought that that man has died. So when he got there, when they saw him, people were running away. They thought he is a ghost. So he said, "Why?" They said, "Look at what has happened." So this man turned and then went straight back to the police station and said, "Shake me, policeman." He shook the hands of the policeman and said, "Thank you for saving my life." That is the waiting period. If that man has not gone to the cell, what will happen? So sometimes God will hide you in the waiting period. God will keep you. Sometimes you may lose something very, very important, but it will save your life, or it will save a precious life in your family. So don't think that when you are in the waiting stage, that is the end. So the waiting stage, God prepares you and God hides you for something serious to happen. Again, well, I think I have some few minutes. I want to talk about the next stage, which is the bounce back period. So when you think that everything seems to be delayed and nothing works for you, when you pray, you don't get the answer, my brother, my sister, don't get discouraged. God is working behind the clock. God is trying to strengthen you. God is trying to prepare a place for you. But the thing that you need is to have a strong hope and faith. So within this period, you need to bounce back. The bounce back period means that you need to go back to your nature, your creator. You need to go back and then remember what God can do for you. So at the bounce back period, you don't need to sit back. But what you need to do is to try to get back to your neighbor, your God. When you are knocked down by a problem, don't stay down. When you are disappointed, shake off the disappointment. When your hope fades, you need to reconnect to your maker. So let me tell you a story here about somebody that we call Joel Edwards. Joel Edwards lives in the Midlands. Those of us in the Telford, Manchester, Liverpool, and the rest, we know better. We know the situation at the Midlands. So this man was a rich man. He had 5 children, all boys, and a beautiful wife. So one day, he got up and realized that his factory had been set on fire, and all is lost. This man didn't know what to do. Meanwhile, he has taken a huge loan from the banks. Not only one, it's not just a one bank. Banks, that means about 5 or 6 banks, taking millions here, and there. And quite apart from that, he's also owing an individuals within the Midlands. So how is he going to pay this? He has lost almost everything in the factory. And where is he going to get the money to pay his debts? So these banks were on him, chasing him everywhere. These individuals were also chasing him. So this man didn't know what to do. So each day, they visit his house. Where is the money? And the man didn't know where to get the money from. Thank you. So one day, this man got up early in the morning, and his 5 children, boys, called him. Why is this all disgraceness? And we don't feel at home. People will be coming here, chasing you here and there. So, Father, we are leaving you because we cannot stay with you. So they left the house, and this man didn't know what to do. Leaving him and then the wife. So the wife also thought that, each day, so many people and the banks came here, and then they've been chasing my husband. So why don't I also live here, look for a job, find some money. When they come, then we're able to defray part of the debt that we are owing. So one day, this man got up, and then the wife is also not in the house. The wife has deserted him. He was alone, didn't know what to do. He was a Christian as well. So this man said, today I cannot stay here for the banks and then the individuals to come here and then start chasing me again. So all that I can do is, I don't know anything that I can do. So what I can do is, I'm going to just pray on the mountains. At that time it was in winter, where we have a lot of snow on the mountains. So this man decided that I'm going to pray and die there. So if I pray and nothing happens, then I will die there. He knew very well that that place is very cold. So he got up early in the morning around 5 and head on to the mountains. He was there for 2 hours, started praying. He prayed for 2 hours non-stop. And after that, he said, then I've finished praying, I know what to do, so I'm waiting for my God to deliver me. So this man decided that, let me plan and see how I can die. So he prayed again. After the prayers, he saw 2 gentlemen standing before him. They said, Joel, go home. Like what the policeman told the man. Joel, go home. Then this man started thinking, if I go home and these people come, what am I going to say? They said, go home. We know you own some banks, is that not? You own some individual, is that not? Your wife has left you. And your children has also left the house. Is that not true? Go home. So he said, okay, then let me go home. He went home as well. Upon his arrival, he saw 2 gentlemen on a car. I don't know whether it was a Mercedes-Benz or Audi. So they said, Joel, the king said you need to see him at the palace. Say, wow, palace, what am I going to do there? Are the banks there? Have they reported me? Or the individuals that I'm weighing, have they also reported me? So the king said, we should bring you to the palace. Okay, let's go. He joined them. Upon reaching the palace, the king has already prepared another beautiful car that he should sit in that car and then bring him to the palace, the chambers in the palace. So Joel was in the car. He didn't know what to say. So when they got to the chambers of the palace, then he turned. They saw, no, they have to go to the another chambers again. So they went to the chambers of the palace. So as soon as you got to the last chamber, then he saw the king gathered there with some people in a deba waiting for Joel. My brother, somebody thinking that he's going to die there. So this actually gives us a hope that whenever you confront with a problem, you need to turn back to your nature. Turn back to your creator. When Joel turned back, that was where he saw that there is going to be a breakthrough. You know what? When the king saw him, he said, Joel, yeah, I know you are the honest man. I know you were owing some people. But today, I want you to serve me and be my advisor. You know, the king, all these banks, they were all serving the king. If Joel is going to advise the king, what do you think? These bankers that Joel is owing, how are they going to behave towards Joel? And looking at the individuals who Joel owned them, and now Joel is the advisor of the king. And king is going to base his advice on whatever Joel said. So my brother, my sister, I want to assure you that whenever you have a problem, whenever you're in the journey and you are confronting with so many problems, definitely there's going to be a waiting period for you. The waiting period, God will never desert you, but rather God will rally behind you. When the going gets tough, you need to bounce back. You know what happened to Joel? King said, Joel, today, because I know you are an honest man, I'm going to give you the best cook. The cook I've never saw. So now he is going to serve you. So Joel turned, and there is a woman who is going to cook for Joel. When Joel turned, he saw that it was the wife who had deserted him. Now there is a reunion there. And Joel said, my heart has filled with joy. And now my faith in God has really found a resting place. Please, my brother, my sister, people of God, they are guest people in the great family. Whenever we are confronting the problem, make sure and think that we are serving a living God. May the good Lord help us make all of us a great family. Thank you.